My Wi-Fi is probably a lot like your Wi-Fi in that it is crowded with all kinds of devices. Some I have no idea what they are at all. Let's take back control of your Wi-Fi. Sit tight. Thanks for coming back. I am Mike Spizak. We are in Spiz Lab, which I am in the middle of cleaning out. Okay, rewind a few nights ago. I'm hanging with the fam, streaming some movies, and right in the middle of a pretty decent sequence, mind you, we go into buffering. I'm talking full-on buffering mode, and I know you know what I'm talking about. Frames were dropping, screen was pixelated, everyone's turning to me like, dude, what's up with the Wi-Fi? Because like you, I am the in-house tech support. Now, I have like fiber coming into my lab, so even I'm like, dude, what's up with the Wi-Fi? Is someone or something using my Wi-Fi? You might think, what's the big deal? I have plenty of bandwidth to spare. And even if you have bandwidth to spare, that is a big deal. At the end of the day, if someone is on your private Wi-Fi network, they have access to everything else on that network, including your phone, your computer, and any other devices that you may not want publicly accessible. Okay, there's lots of ways you can figure out what is on your Wi-Fi network. We are gonna start simple. Start with your Wi-Fi router. Your Wi-Fi router handles all of the incoming and outgoing traffic to your network. Pretty much every router in existence has an administrative page that you can access through a web browser. Okay, stop. If you have not changed the default administrative password to access your router, you must do that now. And if you don't know how, ask any 12-year-old and they'll show you. Kidding aside, it's very important to change the administrative password to your router. Now, if you don't know how to do this, consult your router documentation. The majority of home network-based attacks come from just not changing the default password that ships with the router. Change it, do it, change it now. I'll wait, I'll hang tight. All right, assuming you have changed your password and it's no longer the default, start by logging into your main router's web page. Now here is the time that I have just realized at any given point in time, I have well over 30 devices on my private network. Yes, I have a Fire TV, a Roku box, another Fire TV, a doorbell, an Xbox, all kinds of phones and computers, a light bulb, and of course Spiz Lab is equipped with servers and robots and other types of things, which are all occupying space on my private network. And as consumer devices modernize, you can expect even more things to occupy space on your Wi-Fi. If you use your router's provided web administrative interface, you can see everything that's on there. And I would recommend you do an audit. Make sure you understand what every device is, who owns it, and you decide whether or not it should be on your private network. So it's up to you to decide if game consoles go on the private network versus the guest network. Do your phones and the computers in your home. Some computers are used just for gaming, others are used to pay bills. You decide which one goes on the private network and which one goes on the guest network. So here's the steps to basically wipe clean your network and start from scratch. And it may seem obvious, but a lot of people don't realize this. The first thing you want to do is reset your private network Wi-Fi password. Once you reset this, you're going to want to change the password to something complex, something you can remember. There's lots of tips online for how to set a good password. You can consult those. I would recommend a passphrase over a password. Next, you're going to want to hide your main private Wi-Fi. There should be a setting within your router options to basically not broadcast its SSID. This way, if people are coming around your home or out in the street or driving by, or even your neighbors for that matter, the Wi-Fi ID will be hidden. In other words, it won't be broadcast. People won't even know it exists. Next, you want to go around to all of your devices and only join back the critical ones. Again, your phones, your computers that should be protected on the private network. Next step is to reset your guest Wi-Fi. This is optional, but I would recommend making sure you reset that password as well, just to kick everybody off that doesn't belong. There's some debate about how complex that password should be, but it should be something you're comfortable with. But I'm going to show you in a minute an easy way to get your visitors to join your guest Wi-Fi. So sit tight. Whew. All right, so now we have that sorted out, and I have just the devices I want on my private network. Everybody else is on the guest network. So what I wanted to do next was I wanted to be notified when someone joined my private network. I figured this was actually a fairly simple program to write myself, so I'm going to take you through that very quickly. I'm going to do what's called a D3. That's my design, develop, and deploy. So what will happen first is the app will wake up and scan for all devices on my network. Next, it will cross-reference those devices to all devices that are known. If it finds a device that it doesn't recognize, it will contact me. Let's write some code. We got this. We need to test. We need to test a lot. I have to really test this code. Work. Come on. Ooh, that worked. Okay, we're moving. Okay, that app is tested, deployed in SpeesLab, and working. If someone joins my Wi-Fi network, I'm gonna know about it. Now, the purpose of this video really wasn't to showcase that app. I did, however, want to highlight the fact that you can automate tasks like that using some programming. If you are interested in learning more about how that app works, leave a comment below. In the last part of this video, I want to show you how I get visitors to join my GUEST Wi-Fi network. Traditionally, this is done by writing down passwords for Wi-Fi access and then sharing these credentials with visitors and guests to your home. One way to make this really easy is to use a QR code. QR code is short for Quick Response Code. This is a two-dimensional barcode that surfaced sometime around 1994. QR codes became widely popular due to their standardization and ability to hold more data than a typical barcode. And yes, you can store Wi-Fi credentials in them. I found a pretty cool JavaScript-based QR code generator. This allows you to enter your Wi-Fi information in and it will generate a QR code for you. I'll put a link in the description below. A few quick points on this. First, this is not an official endorsement. I simply found this QR code generator recommended online, so use it at your own risk. However, it is pure JavaScript, which means it runs from within your browser, and it does not send your Wi-Fi credentials to any backend that I could find. If you still don't want to trust it, there are instructions on how to download and run your own QR code generator on your local machine, so you can still achieve this. Once you have your QR code generated with your Wi-Fi credentials, you can print it out. You can display it in your home and even put it in a fancy frame if you're crafty like that. When visitors come over and want to join your Wi-Fi, simply have them scan the QR code with their device. As of January 2018, devices running iOS 11 have the ability to scan QR codes right from the camera. And most Android devices also support the ability to scan QR codes. Once scanned, the device will perform a Wi-Fi join. All right, we're gonna give this a shot. Let's see if this works. And it works. All right, folks, that is it for me. The mystery of my Wi-Fi woes have been resolved, and I hope my pain has helped you. If you have your own Wi-Fi tips or tragedies, please leave a comment below. If you felt this video was useful, please consider subscribing. Maybe hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go debug some code. We'll see you next time.